Garage fam, people of YouTube that like to bet on NASCAR and play DraftKings and FanDuel on NASCAR, you've come to the right place. Me, Garage Guy. It's Dale Tanhardt. And we just got done watching the Pocono Organics CBD 325 at Pocono Raceway. And I'm dead inside.
They tried to not talk about what the sponsor was. Love that.
Right?
Yeah. I'm not endorsing marijuana by any means. I don't smoke marijuana, but I thought that was funny that was going to be the sponsor.
And it's not even marijuana, it's CBD.
Whatever. That
same guy.
That tells you how much I know the fucking difference. Anyway, yeah, I'm still in shock. The race ended about 15 minutes ago, and man, what a battle that was. But Alex Bowman had no business being up there. No business being up there. He wasn't up there all day. It was the Kyle and Kyle show, and it should have been the Kyle and Kyle show, but somebody decided to fucking shit debris on the racetrack and ruin everything. Smart move by Bowman, taking the bottom on the last restart, getting the lead, and then losing it in a great battle, and then just you see that what we saw once every fucking blue moon.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson blowing a left front tire. Unbelievable. I mean, I was screaming.
And you didn't even bet on him. That's the crazy part, is because he literally was going up for a huge record. Like, he was going to be put in the same category as some of the greatest drivers NASCAR has ever seen, winning 4 straight races in a row. The last person to do that was Jimmy Johnson.
2007. Yeah, 8 drivers have done that, and it happens once every 10 to 15 years. Someone was due to make it happen, and when Larson took the lead, I was like, man, he's going to do it. And it's so funny. I was looking at my phone when they were coming off of 4, and I saw a text. Our TV's a little bit behind with YouTube TV, and I saw a text from my dad that just said, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Huh." And then I looked up and I saw the smoke coming off the left front of Larson before he even hit the corner. And I jumped up and started yelling. I was like, "Chris, holy shit, he's going to blow a tire." And he lost it going into 3. And
yeah, it would have been cool if he would have collected Bowman too.
Yeah.
That'd have been dope.
Yeah, that would have been
Because then
great.
Kyle Busch would have won. Then me and you both would have been celebrating.
Kyle should have won this race. I think he would have held Larson off if it weren't for that I mean, it wasn't a bullshit debris caution. There was a piece of metal, but it's just unfortunate luck.
Did a fan throw it? Did a fan throw it? That's the question.
No, it definitely came off of a race car. It was a big piece, like a chunk of
I don't know what security's like there, but they could just let people bring in random pieces of metal at Pocono. I mean,
yeah, they just let them slice
too much CBD
sheet metal off of their cars in the parking lot and run them out there.
Yeah, they have like a whole eBay store out there. They're selling pieces of metal of cars. That's what they do. They just sign them. So they do. They were too high. That was the problem. They were all stoned at Pocono for CBD.
Yeah, there you go. They're giving out CBD at the track.
No THC in it, but they were still high. Yeah, it makes tons of sense. But anyway, I can sit here and sulk all day long and be sad that my 3 units on Larson didn't hit and that my 1 unit on KFB didn't hit. Did have KFB over Elliott. That did hit. The only way that you knew that I bet that is if you are on the Discord, Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Discord. It's free. Doesn't cost you money, but premium is not. You have to pay for it. And you can do that by going to GarageGuysFantasySports.com, get our premium product. You're not only going to get our bets in the Discord, you're going to get rankings, projections from Chef Boy. You're going to get the cookbook, Chef's Rankings. We had all the jam, and tomorrow is the day. Sunday is the day. I think for the past 3 races, Chef Boy has bagged Pocono based off of these stats. So these double headers have been really good to us. So if you're watching this and you found this, now's the time. As soon as you're done watching this, you get Dale and I's picks for DraftKings tomorrow. You need to go over to our website, get premium. If you don't want to subscribe to the whole deal, that's fine. $14.99 gets you the weekend pass, and you'll be good for tomorrow. So just wanted to run that by you. Discord is free. Premium, not free. But
trucks are back on track, winning card in the premium Discord.
Talk about it.
Premium site. My picks were John Hunter Nemechek and Kyle Busch. They finished 1st and 2nd. I took John Hunter Nemechek, max bet top 3. I did miss on one matchup, but I did hit on the other matchup. So
that's because he was driving a Dodge Durango, though.
Yeah, Bailey Curry. Shout out to Bailey Curry, you slow fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Truck God's back.
Yeah. Even Cup, I mean, my 3 picks finished second, fourth, and fifth, with which Kyle Busch won the race. Well, Kyle Busch won the race. He won the race. And then matchups, went 1 for 2 in matchups again, and I had Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch for a top 5 finish. They both hit top 5, so we're hitting bets. They're working. We just got to get our unit allocation perfected, and we will make money, and you guys will make money. So make sure you check out our premium, like Chase said. We got more in the bag coming. So let's get into this, man. Let's get into this.
So right off the bat, just a quick little deal. The top 20 is going to be inverted. So based off of that, we're going to be seeing Alex Bowman starting in 20th. And then your good old pal, Chris Buescher, will be starting from the pole. Don't you love your good old pal, Chris Buescher, lately? He's been a great guy, huh? Totally fun for you. Totally fun.
I'm not talking about him, except
hey, now you're an all-star, 10 units. Go play.
In 3 weeks, I went from just being like, I like Chris Buescher, like I really do, to I fucking hate him. Like it's sad what betting can do to a man in a relationship, because I fucking hate that guy. I hate him. He is so dead to me. So dead to me. If any single person picks him in their DraftKings lineup, you are mentally ill tomorrow. He's starting P1. He will finish in 20th again. I mean,
that's a big bet.
It's just I fucking can't stand him. But
all right, so Chris Buescher's not a play. But first play that we do have, he's going to be starting 19th, and it's the guy that should have won the race. Hopefully, if Alex Bowman gets disqualified by the time you watch this video or have seen it, then, yeah, let's pray about it. Manifest that shit. Kyle Busch, he's starting in P19. He is going to actually be, I believe, 11K on DraftKings. Shout out to Two Phones, Kevin Gates. So yeah, 11K on DraftKings tomorrow, and the proof's in the pudding now. We've seen that he's got a good race car. He was able to get up and lead laps. You get in that clean air with this 550 horsepower package, you're good to go. So he's got the speed too. He's been bragging about the car. He didn't fuck up the car. That alone right there to me tells me that he's going to be able to jump from 19th to the tippy top of the mountain and take over the mountain tomorrow. It's a good shot to do it.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I was big on Kyle Busch today, as we both were. He was my number one. Actually, no, Denny was my number one. I just had a weird gut feeling about Denny, and Denny was fast, and had great strategy, but just wasn't there. They have good speed. I expect them to run out there too, but Kyle's got winning speed, and what we've seen through the course of the season at the 550 horsepower tracks, Kyle Busch has been the one, the stepson. Redheaded stepchild. The redheaded stepchild. The guy that sticks out when all the Hendrick cars are running 1 through 5. He's the one in between. We saw it at the Coke 600 at Kansas when he stole that win away from Larson. He's been the guy that's been competing with them week in and week out on this particular aero package. So I expect Kyle. I expect his team. I think his crew chief, Ben Beshore, has done an excellent job all year. I expect them to make some good adjustments and get him dialed in to where his car will be even better than it was today. And I'm a firm believer, based off just the climate of NASCAR right now, with Hendrick being so dominant, that extra practice is going to benefit everybody except Hendrick, because Hendrick clearly doesn't need the practice. They don't need qualifying. They've been able to do it all year without it. I think these extra sessions help narrow the gap some more.
That's right.
So Kyle Busch, I think, has got to be one of the number one plays for tomorrow.
He does, and think about this too. It's an extra 25 miles because it's the Explorer, the Pocono Mountains 350 tomorrow. So if it would have been the 350 today, guaranteed Kyle Busch would have got around Bowman and probably would have won this race. So there's that too. So just keep that little nugget in the back of your brain hole. Next guy I think that me and you both can agree on is going to be William Byron. He's going to be 9K on DraftKings. And he was another one. I mean, just Hendrick alone has shown speed. I mean, they won the race today, even though Bowman was, just kind of patty caked into the checkered flag in the finish. But Byron was fighting, man. He was showing some fighting skill. He'll be starting P18 right there with Busch. I can assure you those guys are going to be rocking and rolling from the jump. So I do like Byron as well. I don't think there's much more I need to put into that as far as what we saw today It looks good. Flip it around, play him.
Yeah, Byron has an excellent track history at Pocono. It's one of his favorite tracks. Obviously, we can talk about Hendrick all day, how dominant they've been, especially on the 550s. And it seems like the two guys that run behind Larson every race at these 550s, they always find their way at the end. The two guys that seem like finish second or third every time, William Byron and Kyle Busch. We already talked about Kyle Busch. I think the same deal with William Byron. They had a great car. I know they didn't lead a bunch of laps. They were good. He was a good play in DraftKings. I think it would have been way better if he'd led a bunch of laps. I think his car was capable of leading laps, but the way the strategy worked out, they just never found themselves at the top spot. They were in the top 5 the whole race, though. So same deal there. I think he immediately gains an advantage with Larson having to go to a backup car. He gets to bring his primary car back again. And with his starting spot with the inversion, I think he's an excellent play. I wouldn't be surprised if he won. I imagine his odds are going to be different than they were for today's race, because he was plus 1,100 on my book. I imagine that's going to come down a little bit. I think they're going to respect what's going on with Larson in the backup car and have Byron, who ran, I think he finished third, and it was a top 3 car all day. They're going to put more respect on his name, and those odds are going to come down. But no doubt, Kyle Busch, William Byron, 2 favorite plays when it comes to potential winner, dominator, place differential.
So moving along, one guy that you brought up from the jump that seemed like he was pretty fast. We're loving it. Shout out to his sponsor that we won't say, but it goes ba da ba ba ba. And he also likes watermelons. You want to talk a little bit about Mr. Ross Chastain at 7,700? Because I think you went Dale Nye the Science Guy with Ross Chastain today, because he's going to be starting way towards the back, and I think that he's one of those guys we've seen CGR do well that could easily be able to find his way up towards the front. I think he'll be starting P33.
Yeah, I just at his price, because salaries come out, on Wednesday night or whatever, and there's nothing they can do about the adjustments with how the race 1 of the doubleheader went. He's just a must play because he has a great track history at Pocono. He won here in trucks in 2019. He almost won here in Xfinity last year in a very close battle with Chase Briscoe, ran second. And we saw what we saw today. He got aggressive and was falling back and was pushing too hard, hit the wall, wrecked. I imagine he'll have that same car. I don't know for sure. We haven't heard on backup cars just yet, but regardless, seeing Kurt Busch run 6th, and Ganassi typically runs pretty good here. Matt Kenseth ran well here in that 42 car last year. I think if Chastain hadn't wrecked, he could have rebounded and run top 15. And that's all you need from him tomorrow. I didn't know if he had a top 10 car today, but his place differential in a negative direction screwed him. Putting him in lineups was a liability. But
he started in 6th. It's not too fun.
He could have been fast. And at the beginning, I think he jumped up to 2nd. But
he definitely does better from the back, I will say. Chastain's one of those guys that works really good with the draft. And I think that he's already got that underdog mentality. So it's like when you throw him way in the back, he's like, let me show you what watermelon power is all about.
If he can just keep it, keep the aggression level down early in the race, because like you said, this is a longer race than the one we saw today. I think Chastain, all you need from him is a top 15. And he can definitely get that based off his momentum in the last few races. Obviously, it was cut down a little bit today, but it's definitely encouraging to see how good Kurt was running. They had great strategy. I think Chastain will be faster than Kurt tomorrow. I really
shout out to Kurt. Yeah.
So he's a great play.
Ross.
Great play when it comes to place differential.
Ross at him. Last guy I think is an obvious one. He is I gave him a nickname today via the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Twitter account. Cole Custer, aka Cole Fuckster, because he has been fucking up really bad. Today he started I think he was in the 20s, I believe, is where he started the race.
26.
Started in P26. Tomorrow he will be rolling off at the back of the field. He had an accident, fucked his car all up. He'll be starting P38, and he's only 6,800. I believe, on there. And out of everybody else that's going to be starting towards the back, I'm seeing here, I like his chances of getting into the 20s at least, because he was another guy that was decent in Xfinity at Pocono. He was able to scoot around. I remember watching one race where him and Reddick were just battling it out for the lead for the longest time. I think that was a couple years ago. I'm not sure if he won that race or not, but I remember that one time where he tried to do a backflip and he fucked up real bad winning a race, and he just fell out of the car. I don't even think he tried to attempt to flip. He just fell out. But he's P38. He's at the back of the field. I mean, it's like he cannot go back anymore, and he's cheap. And his car is faster than all the other Rick Wares and Woobadoobs or whatever the fuck you want to call them, those guys, the obstacle courses. So
yeah, it's a little scary because Stuart Haas was not good today. It's good though that they have at least a test where they can come back and improve. But I mean, you could say that about anybody. And Cole Custer did win here in 2019 in the Xfinity Series. Yeah. That actually wasn't a mental fact or a mental stat. I actually just looked that up, but I thought he did, but I wasn't sure, but I had it pulled up. The floor is so low. I mean, it's literally as low as it can possibly be. And there's such a high ceiling, especially with how turbulent it gets at Pocono with the wrecks. I mean, we saw it in trucks. We saw it in the Cup race. I'm sure we'll see it in Xfinity. Pocono tends, I hate when people complain about Pocono because I think it's a great racetrack. I think it's exciting. There's a lot of action that tends to happen. Like
we saw that today with dude, it's like it's a lot of shit going on, and it's like a road course, but it's not.
And honestly, since they debuted this aero package, which I hate, the racing has been for some reason decent at Pocono. It's been pretty solid. I mean, today's race was awesome. I loved all the strategy calls. It definitely mixes everything up, which is kind of a nightmare for betting because you want to bet on overall speed and then you get screwed over by a strategy call, but it's another conversation for another day. But deal with Cole, I'm concerned about Stuart Haas collectively and going to a backup car. But considering that backup car will have much more horsepower than the Ware boys and the House and even like Corey LaJoy probably. I mean, you can't not take him. I mean, he's going to be in a good spot to run top 25. And at his price, what was his price?
Dude, he is 6,800.
At 6,800, starting dead last.
Yeah.
What is Ryan Newman? Because you could go the Newman route too, but Newman is just becoming dead to everybody.
Newman is dead to himself. I think he's way cheaper. He's 5,500.
Yeah, I mean, you could go the Newman route, but Newman, man, he just
likes to party. He just wrecks himself. Like that's the deal with him. He's like the senile old man. The
Roush guys are just becoming. Well, Chris Buescher is dead to me, but Newman's going that route. So I know I've talked to a lot of people in our Discord, especially where people are like, I can't do Newman anymore because he's always cheap and he's in a good spot to have good value, a decently high floor, and then he fucks up. So I can't go Newman. And that's why we agreed before we aired this, got to go Cole Custer because all you need is a top 25 and he can probably run top 20 depending on, who wrecks. If he stays out of trouble and other guys take themselves out with penalties, crashes, mechanical failures, he'll be a good play for tomorrow.
Remember, Newman can always get negative points. Custer cannot. So there you go. That's what you need to remember here.
Or -2. -1.
Yeah. Newman could. Custer can't.
It's funny. One of my best lineups today, I tripled my money on Cup, which is awesome. And it solely happened because Kyle Larson wrecked. Yeah. But one of my best lineups was a sick lineup, and it had Newman in it, who had -14 points. And that lineup placed in like the top 5%.
What contest are you playing in?
I think it was I think it was a single entry. Hold on, let's see.
I love single entries, man. I love the dart throws.
Continue your spill here.
But no, I'm just gonna say this while you look that up. Custer, literally, these are the people in his way: LaJoy, Timmy Hill, Josh Balicki, DiBenedetto, who is beyond Wolf, Quinn Huff, BJ McLeod, Garrett Smithley, James Davison, Justin Haley, Anthony Alfredo, Cody Ware, and then his teammate Briscoe. And then that's when you get up into some of the guys I feel like that could probably challenge him a little bit. And that's right around the top 20 area. So as long as he doesn't get all nervous and shit, and I feel like he's the kind of guy that can learn from his mistakes. And a doubleheader weekend, we don't get to see a lot of doubleheaders with Custer. It makes sense.
I don't know. It's tough. It's going to be – they both might have good days. And even Matt DiBenedetto, 32nd. I mean, he had a very pedestrian run, but just a silly pit road penalty with his gas man, like dragged the gas can out of pit road. But the lineup that like I said, with Larson crashing, it changed everything because I was going to lose like 70% of what I put in. And I ended up tripling that because he wrecked. And the contest, that's what we were going to say. The contest, one of them was the 25K fourth gear, which is $5,000 to first place, single entry. And I placed 113th out of 647. And then I had that same lineup in the 200K engineer, which is the big one, 50K to first place. And that placed. Let's see. I think that one placed in the top 2,500. So that Larson crash, I mean, just destroyed everything. And Newman got exactly negative 14 points. That's insane. I've never seen that before. Like a lineup place with somebody that bad. That's how good the rest of my picks were. Fuck.
Go ahead, go throw some Rick Ware boys in your lineups. You'll have a lot of fun. Especially when they wreck. Should
have put them in.
Yeah, but that's our guys. So again, just to recap before we roll out of here, we're going to be going with Kyle Busch, William Byron, Ross Chastain, and Cole Custer. That's 4 guys you can use in your DFS lineups tomorrow. Translate over to FanDuel too. Who gives a shit? We don't really play there often anymore, but yeah, do that. This has been the Garage Guys DFS preview show. And this will be for Sunday's second race at Pocono, the Explorer the Pocono Mountains 350, 25 miles longer than the one today on Saturday. So make sure you get those lineups in. Join the Discord. It's free. If you need a link to it, hit us up and find us. Still suspended on Twitter. So find me on Instagram.
Rip and
TikTok. Peace. Yeah, it's probably never coming back at this point. I don't care. All right. So, yeah. Love you, Garage fam. Sports Party, Sports Profit, Repeat. I always get that one mixed up. Are you going to party tonight?
I would have loved to. I definitely would if Kyle Busch was running second when Larson wrecked, because that would have been an electric moment. Yeah. Electric. Absolutely fucking electric. So
I only had 2 guys today. You didn't. That would have been really electric for me.
Yeah, finished basically first and second with Larson wrecking, but oh well. No, we'll see. I don't know. There's work to be done. We got to get these picks. I got to get these picks a little bit better than they were today.
So not sports party repeat, sports profit repeat.
We'll put the party back to Atlanta, July 11th. How about that?
That's when we'll sports party repeat. All right, sports profit repeat. All right, see you later.
It's the Garage Guys. 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 It's the Garage Guys.